In the name of Allah, the Blessed, the most merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. And I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. I got some information to come to you via this particular lecture that I'm about to do. I'm not going to make it long, but drawn out. I did one on Facebook. You can go over there, you can view it. So I'm try to make this one a little faster, try to make it a little bit more swift. Minister Farrakhan has asked us over many times, numerous of times, 10, 10, 15. He told us to redistribute the pain. And that is published in the Final Call newspaper. And I'm going to actually get that information for you. And I want you to see this particular article here. This particular article here, right here. I want you to look at this right here. It says, redistribute the pain. Redistribute the pain. In this particular article, it says right on the front capture of Mr. Farrakhan's article right here. His front capture of the Final Call newspaper. Get this Final Call newspaper when you're out and about. And just guess what? I just signed this paper right here with my name at the bottom. Right there. Right here. See, I signed it for you. And the reason why I signed it for you because there were some brothers and I made the Final Call newspaper. This is the celebrity newspaper. You can share, like, join, share, pass on, get it because this information I give you is very vital information. Share, like, push the pound. Share, like, push the pound. Share, like, push the pound. Right here, you see me and the brothers, we made the Final Call newspaper right there. See that right there? We made the Final Call newspaper. It said, sharing a message of freedom, justice, and equality. Me and the brother Jason and numerous brothers, we made the Final Call newspaper. So I'm going to go into my subject, which will be very short. It's not going to be long. But get this Final Call newspaper from the various brothers on the corners. When you see them, I'll be out today on 51st and 52nd in Fond du Lac for those who are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We got to start giving our money to these white people before they can put themselves in an economic position to where they can mistreat us and do what they want to do to us because that's all they have been doing to us is mistreating us, and we continually to make them rich in abundance. So I'm going to go by what Mr. Farrakhan told us to do years ago that we have not yet paid attention and followed through. So those who are mathematic geniuses, those who are no mathematics, I want you to walk through me. I want you to walk through with this with me. I'm not going to be long. I was going to play a video of the Final Call talking about why we should withhold our money on Black Friday. Minister Farrakhan asked us some time ago to put a nickel a day for 7 days, which will come up to 35 cents a week. It comes up to 35 cents a week if we just put away a nickel a day at 35 cents a week. We can give our own people reparation. We don't have to ask anyone for reparation. We can give ourselves reparations. We don't have to ask. So Mr. Farrakhan asked us for a nickel a day, 35 cents a week. A nickel a day, 35 cents a week. Now we know that there is 4 weeks in a month, right? So we got 35 cents in our hands times 4, which is 4 weeks in the month. That comes up to $1.40. A nickel a day, 7 days, that's 35 cents. 4 weeks out of the month comes up to $1.40. Now we take that $1.40 and we times it times 12 because it's 12 months in a year. We come up with $16.80. $16.80. That is per individual, one person. One person will have $16.80. Somebody put the math up there, please. If you scholars, put it up there, a nickel a day. Put it up here on the thing. Put a nickel a day times 7, which is 35 cents. Can somebody put that up? Can I get some help? We all know math. Come on. Can I get some help? A nickel a day, which is times 7, which comes up to 35 cents. Can I get a witness? A nickel a day. See, I'm gonna show you how we can give reparations to black people, and we don't have to ask nobody. We don't have to go to the government. We don't have to go vote. We don't have to go to the and go beg and get on our knees. Go to the Caucasian man, our slave masters, and ask them for economic recovery. We can give it to ourselves with this method that Mr. Farrakhan developed from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. 1 nickel a day times 7 is 35 cents a week. Y'all got me? 35 cents a week is 4 weeks in a month times that 35 cents times 7, times 4, which will come up to $1.40. $1.40. Now you take that $1.40 and you time that times 12, which is 12 months in a year, you come up with $16.80. That is one individual. Now they say it's 45 million of us is in United States. That's the statistic that they give. They say it's 45 million. Now, if 45 million gave $16.80, you come up with $84 million. Just by giving a nickel a day, which comes to 35 cents, and you take the 35 cents and you time that times 4, which comes out of the month, you got $1.40. Now we take that $1.40 times 12, you comes up with $16.80. Now we take that $16.80 and we time that time 45 million of black people, we come up with $84 million. We can turn around and subtract the 84 million. We can subtract from the 84 million. We can subtract 45 million from the 84 million, and we will have 39 million left over. We will have 39 million left over. Pass this on, press the pound, give the share. I want to run this one more time. 45 million people, 45 million black people. We don't have to ask the government for reparation. Only thing we have to do is unite behind Minister Farrakhan like we did the Million Man March. We did it. We showed that we can unite. So, 45 million black people at a nickel a day. For each individual, if they gave a nickel a day, which is 35 cents a week, it's 4 weeks in a month. So that would be $1.40. $1.40 times 12, which is 12 months in a year, come up to be $16.80. Now, if that's done by 45 million people, we have equivalent of $84 million. Now, if we subtract the 45 million, which we have as people, from the $84 million, that gives us left over with $39 million. Each black man and woman in America could have $1 million, and we can get ourselves out of this economic crisis that we are in. Just by our unity, just by listening to Minister Farrakhan, just by taking this and applying this formulation to where we can build ourselves up to where now we become an economic power in the world, and then we can go and start building resources. We can go and start building farmland. We can go and start building hospitals. We can go and start building our own schools. We can go and start building our own infrastructure to build up the roads in the community, plant trees, cut the grass, even have hospitals to where we don't have to take, what we did to our people when we didn't understand what we was going through when we took that draconian shot. That now it is affecting the people. That the people saying that they having diamine problems. They having problems because they took the draconian shot. So that's all we got to do. Mathematically, we can get ourselves out of this condition. I'm not going to be long. You can share. You should pass this on, man. This is some viable information that you should pass on to your children. You should sit down and show your children why we are not in the condition that we're in, because we're not using our common sense. That's all we have to do is unify and unite behind this principle right here. A nickel a day, 35 cents a week. 35 cents times 4, which is 4 weeks out of the month, comes up to be $1.40. And you take that $1.40 times 12, you come up with $16.80. But then we raise that's for one person. But if one person begins to add on to the other 44 persons, we have 45 million black people in America, and each one of them gave $16.80 from that year. We come up with $94 million. We can turn around and subtract from the 45 million, from the $85 million that we put together from the nickel a day, which gave us up to those time adding up to which it come up to $16.80. We can subtract the 45 million and give each one of our people $1 million and still have $39 million left over. We can't complain about this. We got our own foot in our way. See, we want to joke and laugh and say bean pie, brother, but we are the ones that's having this problem. We are the ones that's in the position to where we go out every Friday, Black Friday, and we make these merchants rich. But we want to sit on here and name call and say stuff stupid, and then they go to the store and look at us like we some fools because we taking all the money that we spend and we putting those people into economic positions because then they can misuse us, and then we get to complain and want to march and boycott and do all this. We don't have to. We can boycott them just by withstanding our money. We don't have to give our money away. We had 1 million people at the 2 million people at the Million Man March in 1995. There's nobody's fault but ours. The fault belongs on us. Because we are so foolish of a people to where we don't want to recognize that our unity is like an atom bomb and an atomic bomb, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad told us. If we would just unite behind one leader. I'm not talking about these other dudes that's out here running their mouth. Because they work for the frog. They like the frog. They like the frog that's in the dragon's mouth. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. So whenever the dragon got something to say, the frog speaks for the dragon. You heard about that in Revelation? So I'm just saying this, man. If we wanted to get out of this condition economically, it would only take a nickel a day from 45 million black people if they just repeated that for 7 days, 4 days out of a month, 12 months out of a year, we will come up with that money. And we can turn around and give our people reparations. You don't have to vote in for Kamala Harris. You don't have to vote in for Donald Trump. You don't have to go get on your knees and beg them to give you something. We can do it ourselves. We don't need nobody help. We got all the help we can get. And then when Africa and all the other countries see us, that we are making some type of step towards unification, they will join in, they will help us. Why would somebody want to help us when we running down the street acting crazy, killing each other and shooting, slashing, calling each other bitches and hoes and whatever? Don't nobody want to help a crazy people like that. So we can do it ourselves. We can become more civilized and give ourselves reparation. That's all we have to do is unite. If 45 million would just unite behind that principle, we could change our condition. So man, I hope that I said something of value to you, and I hope that you can use it, which some of you probably will, but you ain't gonna get a credit to where the credit belongs. You'll use it and put it on your podcast and run it. That's what we do. We ain't nothing but thieves. We ain't nothing but thieves. But get this Final Call newspaper right here. Redistribute the pain. Redistribute the pain. Black Friday. I know a lot of y'all out there running to the store, spending your money, making these people rich. They're in the red right now. But that just one Black Friday put them back above, to put them in the condition where they can continue to rule. We should be boycotting them. We should be shutting them down. But you're not going to do it. You know why? Because you love to complain about those who are over us, those who are doing to us what we don't want to be done to ourselves. So we continue to complain about what they're doing to us. But that's all we got to do is follow this principle, man. So I love y'all, man. And I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that you can share some of this, what I gave you, to your children, man. Sit them down and go over this economic situation, because maybe your children will do it. Maybe one day they'll wake up and say, you know what? I'm going to do what Brother Duncan said about us as black people, what we should do. Maybe the children do it, because the grown-ups are acting like children, and the children are acting like grown-ups. That's why your children are not listening to you. They don't want to hear nothing you got to say. They don't even want to talk to you. Your children don't even like half of you, because you're sitting down and they trying to help. They don't have nothing to do with you. They don't even, as a matter of fact, they cuss you out. Your children are killing you. They're killing each other. They're killing you, because they don't have, you're not showing them what they can do down the line. You want them to go to school, get education. Education to be the fool just like you. That's what you want them to do. You want them to get the same education that put you in the condition that you in. You go to college, you spend all this money, and now you got to pay on the loan that you gave out, instead of just saying, I'm going to take this money, this $100,000, instead of going to college, I'm going to invest in my son and my daughter to start a real estate company, to start a business. You see what I'm saying? Instead of sending your children to college and putting them in debt, why don't you take that $100,000 or that $40,000 or $50,000, get them a counselor and show them how to get them a business started to where they can build business in the black community, instead of sending them to college, which they ain't gonna be able to use the degree anyway. You got people going to college that's working at McDonald's. You got people that going to college that getting degrees, can't even get a job. You can't even use that degree that you got. And if you do use a degree, you're flipping burgers. Yeah, going to college is pointless. It's a pointless thing to go to college. What you going to college for? Unless you're going to college to be a doctor, a lawyer, some type of physics, scientist, or whatever. But if you're going to the doctor to do anything else, you're a fool. Why don't you take that money, sit down, organize, whoever the smartest one, economically, business-wise, and say, Papa, Daddy, let's buy us some hotels. Let's buy us a food chain store with this money that you're going to send me off to college that I ain't going to be able to use when I get out, because I'm going to turn right back around and work for the very people that I don't like. Why don't we do that? Because we are professional complainers. We want to complain about our conditions, and we can change it in 1 year. We could change our condition in 1 year, man. Just 1 year. 1 year following this plan right here. A nickel a day. 45 million people, a nickel a day. One person, 45 million. Do the math. One person. And that 45 million do it. We got a nickel a day from each person. From one person. Which is 35 cents a week. For one person. For one person, you got $1.40 for 4 weeks out of the month. Then you times that $1.40 for one person will come up to $16.80 for one person. $16.80. Now, if we add 45 million people to that, we come up with $84 million. We can turn right back around and subtract that we have the 45 million. We can subtract and give them $1 million in 1 year. Bring our people out of economic despair. And we will still have 39 million left over in our coffer to where we can do this every year. We give our people $1 million every year. Does that make sense to you? If that makes sense to you, put it in it. Does that make sense to you? I didn't get this from myself. This comes from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad through Minister Farrakhan. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up. If that makes sense, give me a heart. If what I'm saying makes sense, give me the pound. Give me the heart. Give me that you agree to what I'm saying. If you don't, then you just as foolish as most of the people that's on here that's playing games. Does it make sense? If it makes sense, make it make sense. If I'm telling you, if we do a nickel a day, 35 cents a week, which is $1.40, telling you, if we do a nickel a day, 35 cents a week, which is $1.40, $1.40 a month, 4 weeks out of the month comes up to be $1.40. And then you take that $1.40 times 12 comes up to be $16.80. $16.80. And now if 45 million people did that, you come up with $84 million. Push the pound if this makes sense. Push the heart if it makes sense. If it makes sense to you, then be in agreements. Don't sit on here and make fun of it because you're making fun of yourself. Because we always complain. You want me to say that again? I'm going to say it again. We got one individual, a nickel a day. Write it down. I want somebody to put it up here for me. One individual, a nickel a day. That's 35 cents a week. A nickel a day. You can't even give your baby a nickel. They'll hit you in the back of the head when you walk away. They say, what the hell you give me a nickel? What I'm going to do with a nickel? You can't even buy penny candy with a nickel. Penny candy costs more than that, and it's called penny candy. But a nickel a day is 35 cents a week. That's 7 days out of the week. That's 35 cents. Now that 35 cents times 4, which is 4 weeks out of the month, comes up to be $1.40. You got it? $1.40. So $1.40 times 12, because you know it's 12 months in a year. That comes up to be $16.80. You got that? So $16.80. But if you got 45 million times $16.80, 45 million times $16.80, you come up with $84 million. You take that $84 million and you say, you know what? We can give our people reparation because it's 45 million of us, because 45 million of us gave $16.80. Subtract that, subtract 45 million from the 85 million. It will give us leftover with $35 million. You see how easy that is? But it's hard because of our unification, because we will not unite and pull our resources together. See, most people can agree to this. So if you think something I'm saying is wrong, just say, I don't understand it. We can get reparation. We can give it to ourselves. We don't need white people. We don't need y'all. Y'all need us. That's why y'all want us to go out and shop with y'all and spend all our money with y'all, called Black Friday. But we're going to cut you down eventually. Eventually, we're going to wake up to the point to where y'all ain't going to get nothing from us. See, the white people on here are laughing at you. The white people on here laughing at you because they know they know you're ignorant, and you know that you love them so much, and you're going to give your money to them because you want them to continue to rule you. But if you were smart enough, you would sit down with your son and your daughters and you would show this mathematics to them and say, well, you know what? That brother got something. Maybe we should unite behind Minister Farrakhan and give back to ourselves. You see what I'm saying? See, white people know their time is up. Y'all know your time is up because you've been breeded out. Your white little girls are getting with these black boys, and you've been genetically annihilated. I know you don't like this. But you know that y'all being genetically annihilated. Y'all in the next 20 to 30 years, y'all won't even exist on the planet. Because y'all gonna get breeded out. And then we ain't got to worry about y'all no more. Yeah, y'all getting breeded out because your daughter loved that, you know what? Because yours is, you know how it is. You know that y'all penis envious. Y'all penis envious of the power that the black man has. But you want to get on here and you want to say something, so that's why I had to hit you like that, because you know genetically y'all being just wiped off the planet. All around the world, you've been colored, wiped by the swipe. Yeah, take that for granted. Take that home. Take that to your daughter. Ask your daughter, does she really like the black man? Yeah, you know what? I am a racist. A racist is one who loves his race, and you should love your race. And that's why your daughter should not be messing with our sons, and your sons should not be messing with our daughters if they love their race. A racist is one who loves his race. Like you have a pianist, he loved the perfection of the pianist, or a bicyclist, or one that is a motorist. Yeah, I'm racist. Of course I am, because I love my race. You should love yours. If you don't, quit having your daughters run up and down the street getting that black swipe. Because they love it. You ain't got to argue with me. Tell your daughter. If you got a daughter, tell her to stay away from them black boys. Quit hunting down. You know, that's a fact. Yeah. So y'all getting breeded out, man. Just leave us alone. That's all you got to do is leave us alone, and we won't be bothered with y'all. Just leave us alone. Let us deal with our people, man. And just leave us alone. Because in the end, we're going to rule everything anyway. Because y'all killing yourself off at a mass rate. Russia and all these European countries are fighting and killing each other. These are all white people doing this. So now, we have this thing in plan. We got this thing in plan, man. We can give reparation to our own people, man. I just gave it in detail. I just explained it. But in the Final Call newspaper, man, and I'm going to end this. I'm not going to stay here long. Right here. It says, what is justice? Redistribute the pain through our economic withdrawal. Our economic withdrawal. Our economic withdrawal. That's all we got to do, withdraw our money, man. Quit giving them my money on Fridays. Black Friday. They should call it Nigger Friday. That's what they see. They so smart. They give it a real nice, gentle name. Black Friday. But it's really Nigger Friday. That's what it's really called, Nigger Friday. And in this final call, I signed it right here. See my name right there? I signed it for you. You can get this subscription as Final Call, and you can get this subscription of Final Call because the reason why I want you to have it particularly right now, because my picture is in here. So get your Final Call and say, you know what? I know that brother. That brother was on my screen, and he was talking about economic withdrawal from the merchants of death. Right here. Here you go. Here you go. Right there. Right there. Final Call newspaper comes out every week. A lot of people can't make this paper. Share this and like that. So family, I hope I said something. I have to go on another platform and get this off. So I hope that y'all like what I said. And if I hurt your feelings, I didn't mean to. Pass on to your brothers and sisters. Join, like, share. Thank you for the roses. Who is that? Thank you, sister. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to share this information. Terry Martin, thank you for the roses. Thank you. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the pounds. Thank you for the heart. Y'all want me to run this thing one more time? How we can get ourselves out of reparation? If you put on here and say, you want to know how we can get ourselves out of reparation, but I need your help. I need your participation. I run it down. I run the numbers one more time because some of y'all came on late. So if you want me to run these numbers down to where we can give ourselves reparation, I would do it. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for all the things that you're doing. So if you want me to run it down again, just say yes. Sure, you okay. I'm going to do it for my brother right there. My brother Ags. 40 grip. 40 grip. I'm going to do it for you, 40 grip. Okay. I'm going to run it down again. I want you to write this down. And I'm going to try to do it as slow and as possible. Okay. Thank you for the roses. Thank you. Thank you. If y'all want to give roses and heart, you can. Minister Farrakhan has asked us numerous times to pull our resources together up under economic blueprint that the Moses Ambulance Home put together for 3 years. And I'm going to show you how this money can add up in 3 years. He said that if one individual gave 35 cents a week, 35 cents a week. Somebody write that down. 35 cents a week. Do the math with me, please. 35 cents a week times 7, because it's 7 days in a week, times 7 at 35 cents a day. 35 cents a day times 7 is, a nickel a day times 7 comes up to be 35 cents a week. A nickel a day, and repeat it over, a nickel a day comes up to be 35 cents a week. That 35 cents a week, and you times that times 4, because it's 4 weeks out of a month, comes up to be $1.40. $1.40 from the nickel a day, which is 7 days out of the week. A nickel a day times 7, which is 35 cents a week. Now you take that 35 cents and you times it times 4, which is 4 days, 4 weeks out of a month. It comes up to be $1.40, right? That $1.40 times 12, which is 12 months out of a year, comes up to be $16.80. $16.80. Now that's $16.80. That's one person. So just imagine if 45 million black people did that. We would have $84 million. $84 million. We could take that $84 million, hold it, or save it for 3 years. We could. Or we could say, you know what? We're going to give every black person $1 million from that 84 million. We're going to take 45 million from the 84 million and give every black person $1 million, which will leave us with 39 million left over. But every black person has $1 million. And we could do this every year. Every year, a black person could get $1 million, and we will have $39 million left over at the end of the years, and we can build up our resources to where we can start building farmlands, we can start having our schools. We can start doing a lot of things with just $85 million. Right. That's right. That will be 45 cents a week. That's right. Right. Now, if you take the $1.45 times 4, what do you got? If you take $1.45 times 4, what do you come up with? Put that on the board. What do you come up with? $1.40 times 4. $1.40 times 4. What do you come up with? Who can do the math? No. $1.40 times 4. What do you come up with? I know some of y'all can. Man, some of y'all went to school, man. Take $1.40 times 12. Take $1.40 times 12. What do you come up with? Now, take $1.40 times 12. What do you come up with? Well, I don't know if y'all know math or not. Take $1.40 times 12. What do you come up with? No. $1.48. No, not 60. No, not 16. There you go. 1680. There you go. Right. There you go. 1680. That's for one individual. Now, if you take that 1680 times 45 million, what do you come up with? We got 45 million black people times $16.80. What do you come up with? Somebody do the math and put it up there. I already know it already because I did it already. No. $16.80 times 45 million. No, it's not 100. No, it's not 100. No. Go back and do the math again. $16.80 times 45 million. No. $16.80 times 45 million. You say 750,000? That what you saying? It's some. Where all these numbers come from? So if my math must be off, because I did it already. So you saying it would be 756 million? 756 million? That what you saying? We're gonna take a walk for a minute because I gotta do something right. We're gonna take a walk for a minute. Y'all gonna walk with me. We're gonna take a walk. I'm going down to my basement. We're gonna do it. We're gonna take a walk right quick. I went and got a calculator. All right. Okay. $1.40. $1.40 times 45 million. $1.40 times 45 million. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for just a second. Hold on for just a second. Hold on, I got my calculator right here. We're gonna do some math. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. We're gonna do some math real quick. I'm trying to hook this back up. Had to run downstairs and get my calculator. Hold on. Let me hook you back up. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm back. Okay. I got my calculator right here. Okay, let's do the math. Okay. You got $1.40 times 45 million Hold on, wait a minute. $1.40 times, hold on, let me do this right. $1.40 times 45 million $630 million. Okay, what was the number that you had? Let me see if somebody had it right. Who had it right? Damn, somebody said 740 million? No. 756 million? Where y'all getting that at? Where y'all getting that number at? No, that's not the right number. That ain't what I'm coming up with. That was not what I'm coming up with. $1.40. No, it's not. You're not coming up right. That's not coming up right. It's not coming up right. You got to take. You got to take $16.80. You're doing it wrong. $16.80. Hey, hold on, let me get this right. $16.80. Do $16.80. $16.80 times 45 million. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 750,000. First one, 756 million. Who was the person that put that up there? Okay, you're right. Okay, my fault. So now, if we subtract from the 756 million, what do we come up with? If we subtract 45 million from the 756 million, what do we come up with? What's the number? Subtract the 45 million from the 760 million. What do we come up with? Can somebody put the number up? Can somebody put the number up? If we subtract the 756 million, we take 45 million from that. What do we come up with? Okay. So we got 700, we got 7 711 million. Right? $711 million, right? Am I correct? Okay, let me subtract it. 45 million. And then we can turn around and give every black man and woman $1 million and still have millions of dollars left over. You see how easy that is? Right. We could give every black man $1 million, every black family, well, not black family, but every individual, every person, $1 million, and that's what we have left over. $711 million. $711 million. That's a lot of money. Or is that 7 billion, 1,100 million? Is that 7 billion, 1,100 million? That what we have? It will be 7 billion, 1,100 million. Am I saying it right? Am I saying it wrong? Correct me correct me. Because that's a lot of money. It's throwing my math off. So what will we have left over? You said we'd be broke, huh? Do the math. So if we got 45 million people, and 45 million people paid $16.80 a year, we come up with how much? Excuse me for the mathematics. Excuse me for the mathematics. So let's do that again. We have a nickel a day times 7 is 35 cents a week. And 35 cents a week times 4 comes up to be $1.40. And you take $1.40 times 12, you come up with $16.80. Now say if 45 million people does that, that number you put up there is 1680 times 45 million. $7,056,000,000. 7,056,000,000. So we're dealing with billions and millions. So what you got? Okay. 7,110,000,000. That's what we would have left over if we gave every black man and black woman in America $1 million. we could be out of our economic crisis within 1 year. No, you see me on no damn video. That's a damn lie. You love reading Dr. Wesley books? I do too. Excuse me for the mathematic mistake. So if I made that mistake, don't apply it to my head. Don't apply it to my heart. Apply it to my head. So thank you for the correction, though. But you get the point what I'm saying. Y'all get the point what I'm saying. I have to make the correction on my other page too, but you get the point. You get the point. That's a lot of money, man. And we could be at this condition in a year. What did you say? Yeah, that's how you. That's how you define success. If you want to look at it like that, you can say that's how you define success. If you want to say that. Thank you for the correction, family. But I just wanted to get you to see how we can give ourselves. We have $7,110,000,000 left over. Just by giving $1 million to every black person, we are the richest nation in the world. Black people are, but we giving all our money away on Black Friday today, and they taking that money that we getting, that $16, that you giving, we giving it to them. That $16 that we could have gave in 1 year, we giving it to them and putting them at $757,560,000,000. We putting them over the top. Matter of fact, we catapulting them over the top. Just that one day. It's one day, just one Friday, after 45 million people gave $16.80 today, instead of giving it to ourselves. I think somebody said it was $7,056,000,000, right? We could turn around and give ourselves $1 million and get ourselves out of this condition. And then we can start building roads, schools, and hospitals, and we don't have to ask the government for nothing. Am I correct? Am I right? So family, thank you for the correction, but y'all get the point what I'm saying. Do y'all agree with us that we can do that? I'm wrong. How am I wrong? Wrong for what? What am I wrong at? You can only give 755, what? You're going to give what? 756 people $1 million? No. We're talking about 45 million. Because it's 45 million that's here in the United States. I literally thought this is fair. No. No, if you was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you can get a bean pie. But I guess you're not here, so I guess I can't get you no bean pie, brother. I'll catch you some. I'll catch you in another state, wherever you from. So man, share, like. I like your comments. I like yeah, you're right. 750 million. 750 million. That's what we have. 750 million. Mm-hmm. Or 756 million. But that's a lot of money. But then we subtract that 750 million. 750 million. We subtract. $756 million. Some say 766 million. You know, it's a lot of money to deal with. That means that we can get ourselves, we give each black person and black woman $1 million. And you know, some of you was right, some of you was wrong with the math numbers, but I'm glad that you came in and tuned in and put those numbers up, because I was just trying to show you the point that I was trying to prove, that if we just did this and followed Mr. Farrakhan, we could give ourselves our own reparation without anybody's help. 756 million. And we subtract that 45 million from that, and that's what we have left over. You know, it's just the math, man. It just amazes me, man, how we can get ourselves out of this condition with just $16.80 times 12. What do you think? You think we could do it? You think we can pull this off? Do you think we can pull this off? If we just unite? You think we can pull this off? You think we can pull our family? You think we could pull this type of economic boom off if we stuck together as black people? You think we can pull this off? $16.80. It trips me out when I sit back and I do it. It really boggles my mind that we asking people to do stuff for us what we can do for ourselves. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of dough. $16.20. I had enough, man. I'm finna let this go. Hope that you got the point. Thanks for the correction. Share, pass. Just the point. Just sit down and just do this math in your own head. Just run it over. And if we just did this as a body, you can see what we can have as a people. And keep sharing, keep liking. I'll do this again, but this time I make sure the numbers are. I even break it down to where 5 million people could actually give us reparation if we did those numbers. You could break it all the way down to 5 million people. You know what? You know where I made the mistake at? My fault. It was supposed to have been 5 million people could give reparation to black people. That's where my numbers came up wrong at. So I was wrong on that part because it was supposed to have been $18.16. Hold on. $18, times 5 million. Yeah, it was supposed to have been 5 million. That was a mistake that I made. But let's do this over, which I made the mistake. It was supposed to have been 5 million. I'm just showing you how 5 million people could have gave us reparation. So you got 1680 times 5 million. That's the number you come up with. I wouldn't, because I know that 45 million people are not gonna give up no $16.80. No. The question is, do the math now. You got $16.80 times 5 million. That was my numbers. I got beside myself. That was a number that I was trying to give you. So put that number up. That is the correct number. That is the correct mathematical number. I was just saying 5 million. I just got caught up on the 45 million. No, 45 million don't have to give 16 give that money. 5 million people. Comes up to be 5 million people. So let's do the math. Let's do 5 cents a day, 0.5 times 7, which is 35 cents. 35 cents times 4 is $1.40. It's supposed to be 5 million, not 45 million. Put 5 million down. Okay, $1.40 times 12. That's $16.80. Now $16 times 5 million. That's what it's supposed to be, 5 million. My fault for the correct. Thank you for the correction. Times 5 million. You have 840 million. 840 millions. And if you subtract 45 million, you come out with 39 million left over. That's the number I was trying to get. I was just so far ahead of myself because y'all kind of like threw me off. But that's what I was trying to say. 5 million of us. And it was 2 million of us at the Million Man March. But, you know, the 45 million could do it too. But we just want to do the 5 million. Do y'all get what I'm saying now? Do you understand what I'm saying now? Forgive me for making that messed up, making that error, but $16.80 from 5 million people could help get our people out of this condition. Do the math, somebody. Do the correct math. Because I was off. I was off. So, if 5 million of us gave $16.80, somebody do the math on here. 16 times 5 million comes to be $84 million. 5 million times $16.80. What do you come up with? That's the correct number. That's the correct number. Can somebody put that up there? Scratch the 45 million times 1680. Scratch that. That's not the right number. That's not the right number. What I was trying to go with, the 5 million, because I want to show you just the unity of 5 millions, how we could give our people reparation. So, we got a nickel a day, which is 35 cents a week, times 4 times 35 cents times 4 a month, 4 days out of the week, which come up to be $1.40. And you take that $1.40 times 12 comes up to be $16.80. And you take $16.80 times 5 million people, you come up with $84 million. Now do y'all understand? And we can turn around and subtract from the 84 million, which is 45 million of us in the United States, and we will still have $93 million left over. That was the number that I was trying to come up with. Do y'all understand now how we could give black people reparation? Yeah, we could. I just want to go with 5 million, because the reason why I want to go with 5 million, because it's very hard to get all of us together because we fight each other. But but if we just did that, all the rest of them will join on and we can start helping everybody. But we could turn around and give every black man every year $1 million every year, just with working with 5 million people at $16.80, which will come up to be $84 million. So somebody put a nickel a day. No, we don't have to go to a nickel a day. We don't have to do that math. Go with $16.80. Put $16.80 on the board. $16.80. That was my true number that I was trying to get off. $16.80. Somebody put $16.80 up here. $16.80. Put up $16.80 times 5 million. Okay, there you go. There you go, my man. There you go. Times 5 million. Put that times 5 million, brother. 1680 times 5 million. What we got? That was my previous number. I just made the mistake because I was going off of 5 million with 1680. But my point was, I was trying to say 1680 times 5 million. 1680 times 5 million, because somebody put the numbers up there. There you go. Right. See, there go my black man. There you go, legacy. Now, you see that legacy? You see that's $84 million? Subtract the 45 millions from the 84 million. How much do we come up with? Thank you, brother. Thank you. Subtract the 84 million. Track 45 million of us, because it's 45 million of us in the United States. They say it's 45. We're going to go 45 million. Subtract the 45 million from the 84 million. What do we come up with? Right. So now we got $39 million left over. Don't you think we could give black people $1 million every year? And remember, we got 39 million left over. Take that 39 million and times that times 3 for the economic blueprint of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Times that times 3. Times the 39 million times 3. That's what we're going to get for the 3 years. And we can put that money away in the bank and we can start doing what we need to do as black people. We put that up, brother, since you're the only one that's working with me. There you go. There you go. Why can't we do that? We had 2 million people at the Million Man March in 1995 when Minister Farrakhan gave it. Thank you, brother. See, we don't have no time to be complaining about what somebody else need to do for us. We can do it for ourselves. Yes, I'm all about black people. Yes, I'm all about black people. You all about white people. You all about Hispanic people. I'm about my people. I'm about black people. We got to get ourselves in order first. And once we get ourselves in order, for the whole world going to follow behind us. Everybody follow the black man. Everybody follow the culture of the black man. Once we get ourselves together, the whole world going to follow us. They follow our culture. They follow our way. They follow our hairstyle. They follow everything. We have invented everything that people are using today. We invented the comb, the stoplight, the vacuum cleaner, the engine. We have invented everything. Everything that you see that white people in this world is using, the black man and the black woman has invented it. Well, Jesus is a black man. So you still following the black man. Jesus wasn't a white man. He wasn't no Caucasian man. He was a black man. Jesus was a black man with woolly, nappy hair and feet like burnt brass. So everybody followed the black man. But the black man don't follow himself, because the black man is following behind the white man, thinking that he's God and he's really the God the black man is. The black man is the oldest man on the planet. There is no historical record showing that we have a birth record. You can't find the birth record of the black man. You say that everybody came from God, so where did white people come from? Where did white people come from? If God made everybody, where did white people come from? If God made everybody, where did white people come from? If God made everybody, and the genetics are telling you, black is dominant, light is recessive. So if God made everybody, where did the white man come from? He came from the black man. So let you know that the black man is God. That's right. That's right. See, white people don't want to admit this. That's why when a white person lay down with a black person, they come out with a black child. That's why when an Asian person lay down with a black man, they come out with a black child. Any race that comes in contact with us, we leave our mark on society. That is a true fact. Y'all can't get away from this. You can't say we racist. You can't say none of this. That's just a true fact. If you lay down with a black man, whichever race, whoever you come from, we're going to leave our mark. We're going to leave our lips, and we're going to leave our nose, and we're going to leave our hair. That is a fact. So if you want to find God, you find God in the black man. And the only thing was wrong with the black man has not united behind a principled person to where we can change our condition overnight. That's all we got to do is get ourselves that's all we got to do is get our foot out of the hole. You remember when they had the Million Man March? The whole government shut down because they knew that God was coming that day. Yeah, but Chinese man. See, black is the dominant color. I don't care what you mix it with. Black gonna always triumph over every color. The black man gonna always triumph. When he plant his seed in somebody, it's gonna come out black. That's all it is. That's just the true fact. You can argue and get mad, get sad, and get upset, but the true fact is this right here. If you got a real dark man that mate with a Caucasian woman, the baby gonna come out not looking white. The baby gonna come out looking like the man that planted the seed, the dark seed. Yeah, all praise is due to Allah. So let's get back to this economic thing. Let's get back to this economic thing. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this right here through Minister Farrakhan. If we gave a nickel a day, which is 35 cents a week, and 35 cents times 4, because it's 4 weeks in a month, comes out to be $1.40. $1.40 times 12, because you got 12 months in a year. That comes up to be $16.80. $16.80 just with 5 million people will give us $84 million a year. We can turn around and subtract that money and give 45 million of us $1 million. 45 million of us $1 million, and we will still have 39 million left over. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's our economic plight. So you can join, share, like. I'm gonna do more of this, but I just wanted to give y'all that. So man, give hearts. See this paper right here? If we just did that right there. See? If we just did that right there. If we just held back. See, white people understand that our economic power is not in fighting them physically because they got the physical tools to get rid of. But if we just pull back our resources like Martin Luther King tried to do when he did the boycott down in Montgomery, when he tried to do the boycott. How do we get it done? Unite behind Minister Farrakhan, the man who called for the Million Man March. That's how we get it done. Just with 5 million of us. If 5 million of us just got behind Minister Farrakhan, that's your number? Who number is that? I don't understand why you would give me your number. But we could get that done. We could get ourselves reparation. So man, get this Final Call newspaper right here. So I'm making the correction. It wasn't 45 million times 1680. No, scratch that. No, that was a mistake. 45 million times 1680. No, scratch that. No, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. That was a mathematical mistake. That's what that was. So that was my mathematical mistake. Somebody just called me on my phone. So listen, I'm gonna cut this short because they're probably gonna call me back. But man, sake, somebody just called me on my phone. So listen, I'm gonna cut this short because they're probably gonna call me back. But man, sake, somebody just called me on my phone. So listen, I'm gonna cut this short because they're probably gonna call me back. But man, if y'all like, cause this person is constantly calling me. So man, listen, if y'all like what I said and like what I heard, just put on here you agree, and then I'll get back with you next time. Every Friday I'll be on here. Probably a little earlier though, but it'll be early in the morning. So if y'all agree to what I said, just say yes. And what we can do as black people. Peace.